Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Amplify Programming. So in this video, you are going to learn how to make use of decision making statements in C# programming. So before that, you should know what are decision making statements. So decision making statements are used to make the flow of execution to jump from one statement to another set of statements based on some conditions. There may be one condition or more than one conditions. So based on a particular condition, the execution may be switched to another set of statement from the current statements. So that is the purpose of decision making statements. So there are different types of decision making statements that can be used to simplify your programming. So let us see what are the types of decision making statements. So the very simple decision making statement is simple if, which is used for checking only one condition. So if you want to check one condition, and then if that condition evaluates to true, you can write the set of statements to be executed based on the condition if the condition evaluates to true. The next type of decision making statement is if else. So where you can check two conditions. Say for example, if you want to check the age of eligibility for voting for a person. So the eligibility is the age should be greater than or equal to 18. So I can check the condition in the, I can give the condition in the this if block. And then if this evaluates to true, then it will be getting into this if block and then executes the set of statements inside the if block. Otherwise, it will move to the else block. That is, if age is not greater than or equal to 18, then it will switch to the else block and then execute the set of statements which are provided inside the else block. Whereas this is not possible in the if block because it will be evaluate the set of statements inside the if block will be executed only when this expression evaluates to true. So here I can check for the person's age greater than or equal to 18. So what if the age is less than 18? So that condition cannot be checked using the if statement. So in that case, I can go for this if else statement. So the next set of or next type of statement is nested if statements. So wherein assume that you want to check whether the person is eligible to donate blood. So in that case, you want to check both the age and weight of the person. So for this scenario, you can make use of nested if statement where in the out, that is nested if means that you can enclose an if statement inside another if block. So that's what has been given in this syntax. So we have this outer if block and then inside that we have another if statement followed by else statement. Even you can have only if statement alone. If required, you can go for this else part. Otherwise, you can just stop with the if block alone. So having one or more if blocks inside another if block is called as nested if. So for the scenario, what I said, that is to check whether a person is eligible to donate blood or not. So first you have to check the age. So in the outer block, you can check the age of the person. If the person is eligible based on the age, then in the inner block, you can check the weight of the person. So only if both these if statements evaluates to true, if condition evaluates to true, then the set of statements inside this inner if can be executed. So if this inner if evaluates to false, then it will be switching over to else part. So here you can just display that the person is underweight, so not eligible to donate blood. So this is the purpose of nested if statement. The next set of statement is if else if later. Means that you can go and check multiple conditions. If one condition fails, then you can check the next condition. If the second condition fails, then you can check the third condition. Like that, if you have more number of conditions to be checked, then in that case you can make use of if else if later. So for example, assume that you want to calculate the grade of a particular student based on the average mark he or she has scored. So in that case, you can have, say for example, you can have the first condition as if average greater than 90 and less than 100, then you can execute the first, you can have the statements to be executed inside the first if block. So you can print that the grade obtained by the student is yes. What if otherwise the student has scored the grade as 85, that is within range 80 to 81 to 90. So for that you can go for the else if part. So within this else if you can give the condition as else if average greater than 80 and less than 90, less than or equal to 90. So in this case you can print the statement as the grade scored by the student is A. Similarly, if these two fails, then what may be the score? The student might be scored the student might have the average score as between 70 to 80. Okay, that is 71 to 80. So for that you can have the grade as B. So again we have to check whether the student has scored the condition that scored the grade between 71 to 80. So you can write that condition in this third block, the third as the third condition using the another else if block. So else if average greater than 70 and less than or equal to 80. So within this block, you can print the statement. The student has scored grade B. So like that, you can go on, add any number of conditions. And then the last condition need not be checked because we can have the those set of statements to be enclosed inside this else part. For example, if the student has scored only 50 to 60, so that cannot that condition need not be given inside the else another else if part. You can skip that and directly you can have the else part and then print the statement. The student has scored the grade scored by the student is E. So you can have the last set of statements for the last condition within the else block without specifying the condition. So that is the usage of if else if later. So the next type of decision making statement is switch case statement, which is an equivalent to this if else if. So both you can alternatively use switch case statement or if else if later, but it won't work on all the scenarios. Say for example, what I have said, that if you want to calculate the grade of a student. So for this scenario, the suitable decision making statement is if else if later only. You cannot make use of switch case statement because switch case statement makes you will be performing or executing statements inside each case only based on a constant value. So we have, this is the syntax of switch case statement. So here you have switch. Within that, you have to provide the either constant value or an expression which will be evaluating to a constant a value. Okay. Whereas in the if or the previously discussed if statements, the condition should be evaluating to either true or false. This is a Boolean expression. Okay. Whereas in the switch case statement, it should be evaluating to a value. Okay. An integer value or a character or a string value. So you can have the case as constants. Either it may be 1, 2, 3. So like that. A numerical value, that is an integer value, or you can have characters like say for example, if I want to check whether a given character is vowel or not, so in that case you can pass the character within this expression, and then you can have the cases like case A. So that case A should be enclosed within single quotes because we are going to check for a character constant. A, E, then I. So like that, you can have multiple cases, and then for each case, you can have the statements, appropriate statements. So let me tell you another example. If you want to display the day of a particular week, okay. So if I give the value as 1, then the day should be it should be displayed as Sunday. If it is 2, then it should be Monday. So like that, based on the numerical value given by the user from 1 to 7, the appropriate case can be executed, and then you can get the corresponding day of the day given by the user. Say for example, if the user gives the input as 3, then the day should be Tuesday. So in that case, you can have the constant as 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 7. So for case 1, you can print a statement that the day today is Sunday. For case 2, you can print the day is Monday. So like that, up to 7, case 7, you can go, and then you have one case which is default. So if what has to be done if the numbers does not fall within the range 1 to 7. So in this example, so if the user is sometimes the user may give a wrong value. Okay. So in that case, your program should also handle the wrong values. So for that, you can make use of default statement. So inside the default, you can have these statements to be executed. Say for example, you have given a wrong choice, okay, or a wrong value, and then you can print that. Please give the values from 1 to 7. So to handle wrong values, you can make use of this default block. For the correct choices, you can make use of the cases. So for this example, you can also make use of if-else if ladder. But for the grade calculation, switch case cannot be used. So you have to decide in which scenario you have to go for switch case statement, and then for what kind of applications you can choose the if-else if ladder. So now let me try to explain you a simple if statement and if else statements with a suitable example. So let me get into the Visual Studio. So first let me create a new project. So select console application. We name it as decision making. Then click on create button. I think I have already created one project like this. So decision making statement. So I have got the code editor here. So in the main function, let me try to write a simple program to demonstrate the purpose of if statement and if else. So for that, let me declare a integer variable int age, and then so let me try to get age from the user. So for that, I am making use of parse method to convert the append input into an integer. So make use of readline function, console.readline to get the input and then convert it into integer. So now age variable will be having the input given by the user. So now let me process this age. So let me check whether the age is so just let me try to check whether the age is less than 0 itself. Okay, so if age is less than 0, let me try to display a statement that so please enter age between 1 to, say for example, 1 to 100. So finally, we have to enclose a readline statement. So now let me try to compile this. So go to build and then click on build solution so that we can look into any compile time error. So our build is succeeded. So now let me run this and check the output. So I have to give an age, give value for the age. Just let me give 0. Oh, sorry. So let me try to check. So less than 1. So if age less than 1, then it should display the appropriate message. So let me give it as 0. Yes, I am getting the expected output. Please enter age between 1 to 100. So now let me explain you the usage of if else statement. Assume that I am going to develop a simple voting application by getting the age of the user. So the age should be greater than or equal to 18. Okay. So let me check the condition. If age greater than or equal to 18, so you are eligible to vote. I'm just displaying a statement that you are eligible to vote. Otherwise, you have to print that you are not eligible to vote. So that should be given inside else block. So else, make use of write line method to print the statements. You are not eligible to vote. So let me rebuild and then rerun the application. So just let me enter the age as 12. Yeah, I am getting it as you're not eligible to vote. Let me give a valid age. I'm giving as 35. Yes, I'm getting the expected output that you are eligible to vote. So this is a very simple example which shows the application of if-else statement. I think you could have got some idea about how to use simple if and if-else statement to solve some simple problems. So in the next video, I will explain you about how you can use if-else if ladder statement and switch case statements to solve simple problems. Thank you for watching this video.